The comic collecting hobby is full of famous characters, titles, and issues, first appearances, famous covers, and all of the myriad of other reasons we label a book a key. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what's the most famous single comic book issue there is? In this video, not only do I answer that question, but I sit down with the owner to bring you the story behind the most famous comic book in the world. Let's go. Thank you to the sponsor of this video, 9panel. We'll have more on them later. Everybody knows Action Comics 1, Amazing Fantasy 15, Detective Comics 27, etc. But all of those are just famous issues. I'm talking about what is the most famous individual comic book in the world. Is it the Nicolas Cage copy of Action Comics #1? The Windy City copy of Marvel Comics #1? While both of those are great books that any collector would love to have in their collection, I suspect that neither of those are the most famous comic book in the world. In my opinion, the most famous comic book in the world is rather unsuspecting compared to those two previously mentioned books. A meager CBCS 1.8 restored grade was bestowed upon it. It's physically painful to look at. In fact, the book has few desirable traits at first glance. But what it does have is a story. And what a story it is. Today, we dive into the story of the most famous comic book in the world, Amazing Spider-Man 14, the Angry Girlfriend variant. I recently had the opportunity to see the Angry Girlfriend variant firsthand at Planet Comicon, Kansas City 2021. We were set up for the show as we typically are and had taken a quick lunch break after getting loaded in. It was during this lunch break when I first realized that a true celebrity was going to be at the show. I started seeing pictures of some vendor friends of mine pop up in social media feeds, and there they were holding the Angry Girlfriend variant. I couldn't believe that it was actually at the show, as this is a book I've been aware of for several years now, and I honestly never expected to be anywhere near it, never mind to have an opportunity to actually hold it, and then to be able to take some time to learn about the book from its longtime owner, Shane Hester. Here's my interview with Shane, where he tells me the origins of the Angry Girlfriend variant. I hope you enjoy it. Hey everybody, it's Drew with Como Comic Books. Today I'm here with Shane from Rough Edges Comics. We found the biggest celebrity on the floor here at Planet Comicon, Kansas City, and it's none other than Amazing Spider-Man 14, but not just any copy. This is the Angry Girlfriend variant. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't behave the way you should. Bad things happen. So, Shane, you want to tell us a little bit about the book? And
okay, to be truthful to the truth, to be totally honest, for years and years, I didn't know anything about Chance or any of the situation, and every time anybody asked me about it, I made up a new story about it. But come to find out, when we found out the true story behind it, it was stranger than anything I'd ever made up. I'm not going to get into that. That's that it happened in about 1988 or so. That was a lifetime ago. But anyway, he done something to her. She retaliated, and boy did she ever retaliate. Because guys, this is probably a 7.5 to an 8.0.
It's a big money book.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, in today's market, this would be a $50,000 book. If it did hit an 8.5 or so, it would easily be $50,000. All right. Well, all that aside, we have had offers for some famous people, I really don't want to name drop them because I don't have their permission.
And some nice sums.
Yes,
as
yes.
well.
One famous person offered us $25,000, and another even more famous person offered us $50,000. But it's worth more to us for things like this, for reasons like this. Now, a lot of people have claimed to own this book they're telling a lie. This book has been in my possession. I have owned this book since 1992, I think, somewhere around there. I think I was still in high school, but I bought it at Dragon Con or Atlanta Comicon or one of the others. I bought it from Titan Comics, and I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it. That's my little secret.
It was 1992. Today's prices are a little rougher than they were back then.
Yes, and to be honest with you, in 1992 dollars, I mean back then gas was like 78 cents a gallon. A loaf of bread was 59 cents. A gallon of milk was less than $1. And all of that has.
And a new comic could cost you about $1, right?
Yeah. And so I paid up for it, but not really. But it has traveled to a lot of shows with us, but normally we keep it at the Battlegrounds Games and Comics in Dalton, Georgia. But it's on its North American tour right now. We traded our Albedo #2 and our 30+ year of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection, which was pretty much all of them. It was all of them. We traded that for a brand new van. I don't know if y'all know it, but you can't get new vans. You can't.
I mean, trucks, vans, anything.
Since that chip factory burnt down in Japan, you can't. You're not going to get anything new. We got very lucky, but we traded a stack of comic books for a brand new van. Now this right here, would probably pay for a new house. So and everybody says, "Man, you're not ever going to get $100,000 out of it." I said, "Yeah, man, I'll keep my book."
No doubt.
Yeah, it's mine, and I want what I want for it. But I'm gonna tell you, one day somebody's gonna come up to me and be like, "Look, man, the heck with it. I want it. I gotta have it." But
I don't blame you guys at all for wanting to hang on to it, because the story. I'll hold it for a bit. Yeah, the story for this book is, and you guys know I'm a Green Goblin guy. The story is worth more than the book itself, and this is like Shane was saying, it's a really nice copy. Other than the fact that Chance, he upset a young lady, and she let him hear about it. Well, but I'm glad that you were able to pick it up and have held on to it so long, and I don't blame you for keeping it, because it's a celebrity. I mean, the story has transcended the book, and I don't think there are many people in the hobby today that aren't aware of this, because you've had Newsweek, right? Wrote an article on it.
The Italian newspaper. That was interesting. We had to have translators. It's pretty funny. But shout out to Chance. Thank you, brother, for pissing Karen off so bad that she done. And her name was truly Karen. Her name really was Karen.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
Truth
sometimes,
is always stranger than fiction.
Let's take a quick break from the interview to talk about the sponsor of this video, 9Panel. There's a new place to buy key comic books online. The website is called 9panel.com, and it's a great way to find the back issues you've been hunting for. 9Panel is a marketplace, which means all the books listed on the site are from different comic book sellers and local comic shops from all over the United States. It's easy to search for key books and buy from as many shops as you want in a single secure checkout. If you want to sell books, you can do that too. 9Panel lets you create a custom branded shop page, set your own policies, and list as many books as you want for free. The site has a modern design that I think you guys are really going to like, so check out 9panel.com today and start buying and selling.
This book will outlive me. It'll forever be an infant.
Correct. And this is the kind of book, it's defaced, but again, the story, when this does go for sale, you're not going to see it again for a generation.
Right.
I mean, it's not a book that's going to change hands.
And that's the thing. A lot of people think that it has changed hands. No. It went from Chance to Titan to me. It's so from original owner to comic shop to me. So it has not. Now there was a rumor that it sold for over $100,000 at auction, and I'm fine with that.
Well, yeah, congrats.
Yeah. It's good, you know, but I hadn't been paid for it yet, so I'm not shipping till I'm paid.
Well, I mean, I believe if you got paid, you'd be at home counting all your $100 bills and not here with us this weekend. So.
Well, I'm very glad to meet all of you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's just. Here's what's funny. My cousin is who basically got me into the hobby. I got his hand-me-down books, and my uncle. Well, he was married to my aunt, but Gordon Lee owned Legends Comics in Rome, and Gordon taught me everything I know and got me into collecting. Gordon's no longer with us, so here's to you, Gordon Lee. May you rest in peace, and I hope you are in heaven, surrounded by comic books and beautiful women. But
sounds like a good deal to me.
It sounds like a good deal to me. I'm getting old, and I've got a lot of health issues, and my memory. Here's what's funny: when it comes to comic books, I can remember what I was wearing.
Oh wow!
I was wearing a Misfits T-shirt and a pair of black pants and some probably 18-hole Doc Martin boots, and had a mohawk. Probably. You
had to have a skateboard, right? I mean.
Yes.
All right, I knew it.
Birdhouse, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. But when it comes to comic books, I just have almost total recall. I mean, I remember everything that my friend T.J. Thomas Ligamore and Wade Hathaway, they were shop owners too, and they're still in the hobby, Tommy. And they were both with me, and they were like, when I bought it, they were like, wow, we figured that he wanted like way more for that for it, because everybody wanted to see it, but they never asked him what he wanted for it. Well, I said, man, well, what you want for it? He told me the price, and I said, here. I was like, fine, take my money. And
well, when we're all starting out, you need a wholesaler. You know, most of the time they just look like crap. This one, you know, structurally is beautiful. It's just got a little extra on it.
So I got in a segue with my cousin Michael that, like I said, got me into the hobby, and he loves Spider-Man. Spider-man is his guy.
Sounds like a good guy.
I gave it to him to hold on to for me, because I haven't had the stablest of life. I've been through some rough patches in my house burned down.
Oh no.
Lord does.
I mean, that's the worst.
I had some really rare Miracle Man books burn up and stuff like that. It's funny when they come over there, and the chief of police of my town took me over and said, I'm going to need to handcuff you. I said, what's for my house burning down? He's like, there's blue and purple and green smoke coming out of your house. He's like, you running a drug lab or something? And my friend Joey, who was an absolute idiot, he said, no, Tommy. He said, that's all his comic books burning up. And he took the handcuffs off of me. And but yeah, I mean, I was crying. My house was, and my aunt was on oxygen. And it's funny because she had like 30 full tanks. Guys, they were shooting out of the house like torpedoes. We found those tanks in trees a quarter of a mile away. I'm long-winded, I'm sorry. But back to the book. But anyway, Michael kept it for me. And kept it in pristine, and it was never touched. So he kept it for like 15 years, and then I got it back, and I've had it back since about 2015. Now, he just had it in safekeeping for me. Well, so I sent it off, had it graded. Now, we're seriously considering breaking it out and sending it to CGC and let them qualify it. Because if they qualify it at a 7.5
you get the higher grade.
Yes, and I would be fine with that. I'd be absolutely fine with it.
And I'm assuming it got restored just because the black crosses some of the black lines, so they had to consider it color touch, right?
Yes, they did. But that book has no restoration except for what Karen did.
And I don't think she had good intentions in mind in making the book look better when she did. So I don't know that fits the bill for restoration.
preservation was not, that wasn't one of Karen's goals. And shout out to you, Karen. All right, now I'm going to tag out and let my partner get in.
All right,
here.
yeah, somebody else want to pop in.
Yeah, come on, Dustin.
All right, Dustin, so what's your experience with the Angry Girlfriend variant here?
Okay, I have known about the book since me and Shane's been friends, which is probably 25 years or so.
Okay.
And he always told me about it. And he said my cousin Michael has it. He said I let him hang on to it. Green Goblin's his favorite character.
Yeah.
So he said, got it sitting in his bookshelf. It was just bagged and boarded. And so when it started picking up steam on social media and stuff like that, Shane called him and said, Michael, I need my ASM 14 back. Michael said, okay, I'll bring it to you.
Here it is.
And they said, there you go. We went and picked it up. We took it to Savannah Mega Comicon. Saw CBCS there. Our buddy Daryl Hayden worked for them. He's like the VP of like show stuff, whatever.
Okay, like their on-site stuff.
Yeah, and he took it and had it slabbed for us and everything. I wish now I want to send it, get it in the newer case because the newer case is much better.
Yeah, the new case is real nice, a lot firmer, a little clearer. Yeah, they're definitely nice.
And we thought about sending it to CGC and getting a qualified grade because they would grade around all that.
Definitely. Because and what they're talking about, everybody, is with CGC's qualified, they grade the book as it would be if the whatever significant defect the book has isn't there. So in other words, they would ignore all of Karen's handiwork and just grade the actual book for what it is, but qualify that grade with a green label saying, excessive writing from an angry person all over the book. So
that would be awesome to have on the label.
Yeah, it really would. And I bet with a book with this kind of story and tale behind it, if you pre-plan and talk to the folks, I bet you they'd give you a designation that this is the Angry Girlfriend. Copy.
If I sent it in, I would, in the little thing, where you submit to CGC, they have where you can put variation. Variation.
Yeah.
I would put Angry Girlfriend.
There you go. See if they'd slap it on the label.
Because I guarantee you, somebody that works at CGC has seen it. Steve Borok has seen it.
Oh yeah.
Because it come through CBCS. He did a post with it.
Oh, I bet.
When it come through CBCS, and he's like, I can't believe.
Yeah.
That I've got
Steve's really great about posting cool books that come through that are hard to find.
And
I enjoy his books.
Yeah, Steve's a nice guy.
So, where can everybody see this book? I know you guys have it on tour right now, but typically, where can they find it if they want to come gaze upon the Angry Girlfriend with their own eyes?
You can find it. We had it retired from traveling for about a year and a half. It was at the shop in a display case, and the store where we work is in Dalton, Georgia. It's the Battlegrounds Games and Comics on Airport Road in Dalton, Georgia. You can find it on Facebook. There's a website. If you Google it, you can find it very easily. We got full website where you can shop. You can buy anything we carry. Cards. I mean, the shop is 8,000 square foot of nothing but nerd stuff.
That's great.
I mean, if you can't find something in there, I don't know. You're just too picky.
Right on. Well, Dustin, thank you for taking some time out. I know we're getting ready to go here on Saturday morning at Planet Comicon, Kansas City. So I got to get back to the booth and get set up too. You guys are a little bit ahead of me, so I'll give it back.
All right.
I couldn't negotiate the deal myself, so.
Yeah. And Jim Shooter didn't want to give it up either. He just had to sign it. He said, would y'all let me sign it? I said, Jim, I said, you were editor-in-chief when I was a child. I said, I feel like you're part of my life. I said, you can do whatever you want to do.
So, I mean, if nothing else, when you do sell the book, maybe you can keep the My Light and you still have a Shooter sticker.
Yeah, and we got Shooter to actually sign a couple of things. One market sticker orders 8. He's a great artist, man.
Oh, yeah.
And but we're probably going to get Roy Thomas, since he's here. Probably get him to sign the Mylar as well. And maybe do a little remark of the Hulk on here.
There you go. Yeah. Very cool.
So that would be kind of cool.
Well, guys, if you're in the Dalton, Georgia area, be sure and stop by and check this book out. It's probably one of the most famous copies, individual copies of Amazing Spider-Man that there is.
Of any book.
Absolutely, of any book. I mean, there are a few, very rare exhibit copies of books out there that maybe even hold a candle to this.
Maybe Nick Cage's Action One,
possibly. Some of the Seduction of the Innocent books, you know, that are like stamped exhibit or whatever. But this is a comic book holy grail. It's one of those things that you need to see if you're into this kind of stuff. So if you're in Dalton, Georgia, check them out. We're going to head to the booth and get ready, and we will see you guys in the next video. Dustin, thanks again, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. Have a good show.
All right, you too.
With one look at that book, you knew one of two things happened. Either Chance messed up really bad, or his girlfriend went a little off the deep end. As the story goes, it was definitely the former, and while the origins of the Angry Girlfriend variant are sad, the result of the situation is truly the stuff of legend. The Angry Girlfriend variant will long stand as a reminder to the comic collecting community to treat your significant others well, or at least don't send them your favorite comic book before you plan on being a jerk. If that's the path you choose, then be prepared to wind up being internet famous or infamous, as the case may be here. If you enjoyed the content, please do me a favor and hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. Let me know in the comments down below if the Angry Girlfriend variant was something that you were previously aware of, or if you're just learning about it here today. Collect responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one.